Yeah. I'm resident of Collinwood for YouTube. Jules Sains. That's my buddy Patrick McCray. That's my buddy Alan Gallant. We're here to review the movie Kiss Me Stupid from 1964. Directed by Billy Wilder. Screenplay by Billy Wilder.
It's just Billy Wilder. Just
is this sound on? Can you hear me?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, Joel, what title of the movie again?
Kiss Me Stupid.
Okay, Joel, that's very embarrassing, and I don't like it when you call me stupid. What's the title of the movie?
Kiss Me Stupid.
Now, Joel, really?
Listen, I'm only telling you what my wife says to me every day, okay? It's very simple. She says, "Kiss me, stupid," which is
apparently he wants a different experience.
Yes, exactly. Now, the stars, Dean Martin is in this. Kim Novak, Ray Watson,
Walston.
Felicia Farr, Cliff Osmond is in this movie. So we have
John Fiedler is in this movie.
Yep, we don't have a budget, but it grossed $5 million at the box office. This was released all the way back in December 22nd, 1964. So
a lot of uncomfortable Christmases with couples.
Thanks to this movie. Strange but true. This movie looked like it could have been done for less than $1 million.
It probably could
have. Done well, but because there's just there specific sets and specific things and specific locales that could have been used, either backlot or elsewhere.
In fact, this for me is how you write a low-budget movie. Mm-hmm. You just don't write anything into the budget that you can't afford.
Right.
And boom, suddenly it's a high-budget movie.
And it's also just a high quality in terms of you have to pay attention to the dialogue, you have to pay attention to the relationships, and build all those scenarios within it between the characters, and in so doing, you pay the actors, but you save a lot of money.
Yeah. There's a lot that went on behind this film. Wilder initially offered the role to Orville Spooner, to Jack Lemmon, Farr's real-life husband, who he had directed in Some Like It Hot, The Apartment, and Irma La Douce.
Yeah,
the prior commitments forced the actor to decline. The director then signed Peter Sellers for the role. 6 weeks into filming, Sellers suffered a series of 13 heart attacks and was hospitalized in Cedars of Lebanon Hospital. Upon his release, the actor returned to England under doctor's orders, unwilling to wait while Sellers completed a 6-month recuperation period. Wilder opted to replace him and reshoot
6 months.
That's long. That's an eternity in Hollywood for projects. Yeah.
The role of Polly the Pistol was written for Marilyn Monroe in mind. After her death in August of 1962, filming was postponed while the role was recast. It was later reported that Jane Mansfield take over the role, but she had to withdraw from the project because of her pregnancy with future
risk of heart attack.
So at that point, was Jane Mansfield going to head the cast?
Hold on. Wilder approached friend.
He was scalping her for the role.
That never happened. That's a legend.
Ira Gershon, and asked if he would like to collaborate on the songs written by Barney and Orville. Gershwin suggested he write lyrics to unpublished music by his late brother George. Let's see. There's no more. There's not too much more after that. But yeah, there's.
So these are all Gershwin songs.
Yes.
When I'm without
with some touch-ups by some others. Who else was involved? Was it? I forget. They gave credit to somebody else for some of it too.
Let's see. Music by Andre Previn.
Andre Previn. He would have written the score. Yeah.
He did a ton of movies for Wilder.
He did.
Yeah. This movie is a lot of fun to watch. I watched this twice, and Dean Martin in this is hilarious. He's taking shots at the Rat Pack in this. As me and Alan were discussing like a couple nights ago, Dino is the killer.
Yeah, Dino is actually not Dean Martin.
Yeah,
it is a parallel version of Dean Martin, which is why they don't call him Dean. They call him Dino throughout the whole.
He's the Earth 3 Dean Martin.
Yes, exactly.
Because he's kind of evil where Dean was good.
Sometimes it seems like he shifts into the bizarro Dean Martin. Too,
yeah.
You know, but yeah. I mean, the audience wink, nod, wink, wink, say no more, it's Dean Martin, but it's Dino.
Yeah. He's like, hey, did that Sinatra kid disappear again or what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always taking cheap shots at each other in these.
You know what that was about, Joel, right?
No.
Oh, Alan?
Yes, I do. A couple of real idiots actually kidnapped Frank Sinatra Jr. around this time, just before this, 62, 63, somewhere in there. And Frank offered a bunch of money, and when they went to pick it up, they got arrested. They were not dangerous men, particularly. They were stupid men.
Stupid, not just because they were going to get arrested, but stupid because I'm sure Frank had all sorts of other interesting fates in store for them that
if they
deployed themselves over the years.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sorry. He was making calls to Momo, I'm sure, and other people in Chicago, and Vegas both. I'm sure he would have had plenty to do. Both those guys served some time in jail, but they didn't serve long sentences because they were just idiots.
I'm sure they were intense.
Yeah.
I'm sure they were very intense sentences.
Yeah. Sure
because Momo's entire staff would be waiting for him.
Yes, right. Plus all the Frank Sinatra fans that were in jail at the time. Yes, there are plenty of those, I'm sure. So, but anyway, that's sort of an offhand joke about that because it turned out well. So they, they made a joke about it.
Yeah, this movie, it doesn't look like it cost a whole lot. I think they did a really smart job with all the set designs. And even some of the location shots you get in this movie they're not long location shots.
They're within an easy drive of LA.
Yeah. And some of the relationships to buildings is also probably inside of a studio too. I mean, they could have combined a lot of things in this fairly easily by using studio properties, both location-wise, because studios used to have tons of their own properties in the Los Angeles area, and plus actually inside on a soundstage.
Yeah. Some of it does look like it was shot on maybe like a lot or something.
I would not be surprised at all. I'm not sure. I don't think it says particularly. Under production, they just talk about casting and all that sort of thing. But like you were mentioning before.
What did you guys think of the chemistry between Dean Martin's character and Orville?
This is Ray Walston at his most queenie heterosexual. He is such a fuss budget in this movie, and he's wearing his Beethoven sweatshirt.
That does it all.
And he's so fitful and fuss budgety in this movie. And of course, he's got this jealousy thing going on, and he's playing it to the hilt. And this is also Ray. Ray was really well known at this point for being on a show called My Favorite Martian.
Yeah.
But his real forte, before he ever made it on television, was a Broadway actor, musical theater. He was Mr. Applegate in the original production of Damn Yankees, which was in 55 or 56, I think, somewhere around there. So he sort of has that sly quality. Later in his career, he was on a show called Picket Fences. He played Judge Stone on Picket
and probably best known to most modern audiences as Mr. Hand from Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
That's right. And he's hilarious in that as well.
He's the guy who traps Jeff Spicoli.
Yes.
On prom night or something like that.
The character just nurses this hatred for Spicoli throughout. I mean, it's perfect. but he's also known for being in The Stand, the television version of The Stand, which was a maxi like miniseries kind of thing.
No.
Like an 6 or 8 hour miniseries back in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was very good too.
It was excellent. It's high quality stuff. You get a chance to see it.
With
It's got
an
a great
unbelievable
cast.
cast.
Oh, it's
Maybe the best
insane.
huge cast of all stars
Yeah,
in a long time.
yeah. Laura San Giacomo at probably her peak at that point in terms of her. She was well known, but she's a great actress. I thought she did a fabulous role in a movie called Quigley Down Under, where she plays this crazy person who is absolutely adorable. It's amazing performance, transformation, layered. I love layered performances, as you probably know. I mention that a lot, but I mean, there are some straightforward performances that are fantastic.
Ed Harris.
Layered. Just give me that. Yeah, yeah. What? Ray Walston.
Was Della Reese, is she in it?
Yes. No. It wasn't Della Reese.
Oops.
She might have been in it, but she didn't play the Mama character.
Who is that?
That was Ruby Dee.
Oh, Ruby Dee, yeah.
Yeah, Ruby Dee. And there were a bunch of other people I'm forgetting about right now. But the guy that played Randall Flagg went on to being in one of the Law and Orders a number of years later.
Good hair.
Fantastic hair.
It's really great. Some of the best hair I've ever seen on TV.
Yeah. It's like just everywhere, and it's like he's playing this. Well, I mean, he's obviously second in command of Satan or something, but he's satyr-like. That
he
hair
shows up a lot in what the Dark Tower series.
Yes. Randall Flagg is a character that exists in several of Stephen King's works. Wherever there's good pitting itself against some really dark evil, Randall Flagg seems to pop up. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, Ray Walston, great, fabulous career, stretching from the 40s all the way up to the early 2000s. So.
Yeah. Cliff Osmond and him too are really good in this.
Nice chemistry.
Oh yeah. And he's only like 26 years old in this.
Really?
He's a kid, and he looks, reasonably older than that. So he looks like he's probably in their 30s or something.
When Ray Walston was 26, he still looked like Ray Walston does in this movie.
It's true. He still looks 50. Or with a little rouge, aging chorus boy, which is kind of his
aging chorus boy. That's gonna be on my new business card.
Yeah.
I like how
rouge will travel.
I like how he's encouraging Orville all the way. He's like, hey, you got to do it. You got to get your wife out the house.
Oh yeah, he's totally like pushing him over the edge, and the whole thing rests on Walston's playing the jealousy thing. We have got to get a substitute for my wife here because I'm not leaving her along with this guy. So that whole thing is well established. He even suspects his little 14-year-old student of having a thing going on with his wife. But, the milkman, the student, everybody, and then
it's straight out of Moliere.
Yeah, it is. It is very much so. Very much so.
It's really well done too. It's like it's so funny and absurd at the same time throughout this movie. Mm-hmm. It's like when everything finally happens, it's like, dude, you deserve this.
Yeah, it has to be played light. Otherwise, it's like, oh my God, the moral implications.
That's way too sleazy. And Walston, honestly, I think if the movie has any challenge, it's that Walston has a sleaziness about him. That Peter Sellers would have had a strange innocence.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Walston is more of a schemer. He comes across more of a schemer, because of his obsessive traits. He's constantly trying to spy on his wife, or he's doing this, or he's doing that.
I think that's what makes his character work, though. Too is the accusation of it all. He's so
he's wonderfully maniac.
Yeah.
He feels in his own mind, and you do get this with certain marriages and relationships, where you have a guy who's like, man, I know I'm not the best looking guy for my wife. I don't deserve this hot looking piece. And they're looking at every other guy who's like, are you sleeping with my wife? Are you sleeping with my wife? It's like it's sort of instead of where in the one series we read where it's like, did you sleep with my daughter? Did you sleep with my daughter?
Yeah.
It's like, it's so, he does it right. It's like you sort of feel sorry for him because it's like, dude, your wife's not cheating on you. You crazy.
Yeah, but the thing is, in both cases, even did you sleep with your daughter stuff, psychologically what you're dealing with is somebody that is programmed to be a cuck. A cuckold. Literally. You're talking about somebody that's that insecure that they are kind of pushing the issue. They're driving their partner away because they're so devastatingly jealous all the time.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Their 5th-year wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
It's like, she got a cake. And so, I like how he puts the buttermilk in the piano.
And then retrieves it later, which God knows, by the time he retrieves it, it's probably rancid. But because it's out there, it's out there in the sunroom with a piano. It's just got to be rude by that time.
Yeah,
but yeah, absolutely. I think Kim Novak does a brilliant job in this movie. She's
very good, very underrated actress. I think.
Yep, I think so too. And I think she sort of strikes that balance between being, the sort of prostitute, semi-prostitute, and a person with real feelings, and she does. And she kind of falls for Ray Walston's character, which is, interesting. And because he's offering her a chance to be a domestic wife, which she would never have the opportunity to be. Nobody wants to marry her. They all want to sleep with her. She works at a strip club, a bar and strip club. And she's, she has a reputation. It's like, all right, if you want a hot date, go with, And so for her, this is an opportunity to be a normal person in a lot of ways. So she sort of, she becomes sort of romantic about that whole situation. Maybe more so about the situation than actually Ray Walston. But I think she appreciates him because he's giving her that opportunity. So
I think, too, she does a good job of falling in love, sort of hearing the love story of him and his wife and how they and all that. Because, again, he has to sort of teach her, hey, this is how we met, this, that. And she, okay, like, why couldn't I just do this in my own life? And you sort of see what somebody else's life is living, and that there was really good within this movie. Because it's done in such a way you appreciate her character, and then you help appreciate Ray's character too.
Yeah, the character development, even with Dino, makes it possible for that sordid scene in the trailer to pass through, rather than become something more serious or more disgusting or whatever, morally aberrant. Because these people really mean well, and because they don't mean to hurt anybody. As a matter of fact, they're trying to help each other in their own ways, and that makes it, it makes it fly.
Yeah.
It's got very much that sort of the bubble of musical theater that way. Even though it's not a full blown musical, it's
a very romantic punchline.
Yeah.
Yep.
They save it for last.
Yeah.
Now, Joel, touching on one thing earlier, in the Middle Ages and later, you know what they would call someone who was a cuckold, as having worn the horns.
Worn the horns. That's right.
Have you ever seen like in an old play or something like that? Oh, she's making me wear the horns.
It's the stag horns.
You cannot see, and it's because medieval justice was weird. and it was, I guess it was sort of the husband's fault.
Yeah.
And so they would strap horns on him and parade him through town.
Make him wear them for a day or two.
Insult to injury, yeah.
Yeah, basically, so the whole town knew.
Yeah, nowadays, well, things are still complicated depending on who, like, what kind of situation you end up
Jewel is frozen on my end.
You hear people like killing their husbands because they cheated on them, or somebody killing their wife because they cheated on them, and then
up until recent history, actually, say 40 or 50 years ago, if you caught your spouse in flagrante, you're male, you shoot the lover, you're probably going to get away with it, especially in the South.
Yeah.
You're probably going to get away with it. It's not so much true anymore, but
yeah, it's just crazy. It's like, my God.
Yeah.
But
people are still people. It's been that way forever. Ever since we got out of the swamp and started walking on 2 feet, I mean, it's just like, that's it.
Ever since they were erect.
Yes, it is.
Oh, it's just,
in stereo.
Yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, Dean Martin does a great job in this movie, just being funny. Flirting with Kim Novak. He's really good. Him and her are really good together too. And I love how she's like, she talks about people's hands and stuff, and she's like, oh, he's got those hands I don't like.
And Dean gives a very cogent, focused performance. It's one of his best performances. And you can tell, Wilder knew exactly how to handle him.
And I think Wilder was thinking of Moliere in a few of those scenes. I mean, the way he's grabbing her and shoving her on his lap and doing all this stuff, and she's kind of doing this, with her hands and trying to focus elsewhere, and all of that sort of thing. There's several character pairings in Moliere that are like that physical, sexual comedy is going on.
Yeah. I really like too when Ray's partner is looking in and the wife's like standing right beside him and he's like, "You're not supposed to be here."
Yeah. It's like, well, his one-track mind, let's get the songs out there, his one-track mind. Again, meaning well, but careening headlong into disaster because of the focus that he has, that he's just like this.
And I love the Godzilla reference we get for her mother.
And it's true. She's horrible.
Well,
the actress that plays her is brilliant. I mean, she's just terrible. You just hate her guts the whole time. And what is it? It's who's her husband? It's Mel Blanc, right? Yeah, Mel Blanc, and he just plays it completely deadpan the whole freaking time, which is typical Mel Blanc when he actually played roles, live action roles. He was pretty much deadpan.
She's cutting a promo on, and she's like, "Yeah, now I realize why I didn't come here in the first." She's like, leaves.
Yeah.
It's like she's that annoying.
Oh, yeah. I mean, her mother's totally annoying. I mean, she can't shut her mouth about all these criticisms that she has. And it's obvious that she was unsure of his characterization because he was characterizing her that way to get her out of the house.
Yeah.
So he wasn't being entirely sincere, although we find out later that he had justification for being sincere.
He was right.
Yeah, he was totally right.
What's some of you guys' favorite moments from this movie?
Well, my favorite line in the movie is where the wife says, on our wedding day, you were so nervous you put the ring on the minister's finger.
Yeah.
That to me it's very Billy Wilder. It's just on the edge of realistic as to be believable.
Yes.
But still, there's just something, I don't know, I always laugh at that line.
There's as in Moliere, there's also elements of commedia in this script in terms of the way the characters' energy flows. You got these little lotsy deals, like the thing with Dino and the wife, and him standing right beside them while he's grabbing her in various places, and that's sort of
Hey, he's wearing pants today.
Yeah, he is. Well, short pants, but
I hope he's. Oh God, I thought a murderer was going to come in.
No, I don't think so. All is well.
Coming towards us. Now that's an angry husband I don't want to see.
That's right. He's back. But yeah, I actually enjoyed that scene a lot because of the physical comedy in it.
Yeah.
I really love that scene in that sort of kitchen / living room area of the house where they're sitting around and Dino's playing, grab whatever he can. So.
Yeah.
Gusto.
Dean Martin's singing is a joy in this movie as always, but just his delivery is so good. I mean, this is well after Rio Bravo and playing a character that's close to sort of his real life persona, but not quite.
Right.
Was really smart and clever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's playing the king of cool in this one rather than the disheveled guy in Rio Bravo. But yeah, I mean he's in his cool phase in terms of making pictures right now. I mean he's finishing up making a whole bunch of films with the Rat Pack and getting firing up the Matt Helm series. So he's just, everything is cool and slick and,
He's in a transitional phase, too, with that.
Yes, because he's moving away from the Rat Pack stuff and moving into a lot more solo stuff at this point. And this is one of those films where he's solo. Even though he refers to the Rat Pack, he is the only one there.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll have no more questions for you guys. What do you guys give this movie? Scale 1 to 10.
I think a 9.
Yeah, I'll give it an 8.5 to 9. Absolutely, for the type of movie it is, and it's almost a musical. It's almost a musical, and it's a nice picture. It's a nice little comedy with music as part of its. It's an important thread. It's identifiable with a couple of the characters. They're musicians or singers, that sort of thing. So it's an integral part of the whole scenario.
Yeah, I give this an 8.5. They did a really good job of blending the comedy with the drama, and I love all the little piano tuning. Like you guys said, he's suspecting everybody, the milkman.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just funny.
Yeah,
and yeah, Walston, he does a great job of being this comedic guy. But Dean Martin too being funny with the two of them, and they're like, them basically breaking down his car when nothing was wrong with it. It's like, really?
No, it just popped like a valve off or something, a tube. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys want to cover tomorrow? Anything?
Well, Alan, what do you think?
How about an episode of something?
No.
Of something. I'm not sure what. Dark Shadows or.
I have a suggestion.
Okay.
It's a 2-part episode, but it's a show we've never talked about. However, it's in an era that we all three love.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Prince of Darkness affair, which is a Man from U.N.C.L.E. epic. It's a 2-part.
Okay.
And it's really good. Bradford Dillman, you don't hear this very often. Boy, he's great.
It's
really
true.
good.
Although Bradford Dillman was ubiquitous especially in the 70s. He was totally on all episodic television all the time. Played everything from accountants to criminal masterminds.
Yeah, and he's a criminal mastermind in this. I mean, he is an I think he's like an ex-Uncle agent turned thrush.
Uh-oh.
And is a genius on a number of levels, and ends up leading this weird hippie cult. It's got everything.
Cool.
All right, so Man from U.N.C.L.E., Prince of Darkness is the episode.
The Prince of Darkness
Prince of Darkness Affair. They usually ended them all with affair because
Yeah.
it's whatever the caper was, they called it an affair.
Okay. That'll be tomorrow night. It's 10:30. Good for everybody.
That's great for me.
Should be. Yep.
Link to Alan Glenn's YouTube channel, Colin Sport After Dark, is going to be in the description box. Link to Patrick McCray's Dark Shadows Daybook Unbound is going to be in the description box. You guys have a safe night.
Take care, Joel.
Peace.
Bye.